Okay, guys, go.
Welcome, sports fans, to the pregame show sponsored by Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing, building the brick foundation of your dreams. Tonight, we have an exciting matchup between the Westville Blackhawks and the Michigan City Wolves. Let's dive straight into the keys to the game for both teams. First up, let's discuss Westville's keys to the game. One, communicate. Effective communication on the court is crucial for maintaining team cohesion and executing plays efficiently. Dominate in the middle. Controlling the center of the court will give Westville a strategic edge. Hit away from their outside hitter. Targeting areas away from Michigan City's strong outside hitter can disrupt their defensive setup. Lean on your seniors. The experience of senior players can provide leadership and stability in high pressure moments. Now shifting our focus to Michigan City, use your size difference. Utilizing their height advantage can be a game changer, especially at the net. Ball placement. Precise ball placement can exploit gaps in Westville's defense. Dominate at the net. Strong net play can both intimidate and disrupt Westville's offensive strategies. Show out on your home court. Protecting their home court with energy and passion can serve as the Wolves' sixth player. Now let's talk about the X factors for tonight's game. For Westville, keep an eye on Kirsten Vaughn. Her agility and court vision can turn the tide for the Blackhawks. On Michigan City's side, Abby Herring is the player to watch. Her powerful spikes and defensive prowess make her a formidable opponent. Next, let's delve into Casey's matchup. Michigan City has had a stellar season so far, showing remarkable consistency and teamwork. Westville, on the other hand, has been resilient, overcoming several tough opponents to secure their spot tonight. And now the Crow Company's superheroes to watch. For Westville, Andrea Benefield has been a standout player, known for her relentless defense and quick reflexes. Michigan City's Hannah Parker has been pivotal in their success with her impressive all-around performance. Finally, it's time for the Subway Have It Your Way starting lineups. Starting for Westville, we have Andrea Benefield, Ryan Lipsett, Kirsten Vaughn, Miranda Sparks, Miley Weaver, and Lillian Toth. And for Michigan City, Hannah Parker, Ella Rubino, Kaya Hart, Alicia Olmos, Abby Herring, and Ayana Malone. That wraps up our pregame show. Stay tuned for what promises to be an electrifying game. Once again, thank you to our sponsor, Rogers Roofing, building the brick foundation for a better tomorrow. Now let's get ready for some top-tier volleyball action. Enjoy the game, everyone.
This box is small, like Pet Supplies Plus. This one is large, like a big box store. In each, Stu, hi Stu, has carefully hidden a toy. Question is, which dog will find it first? Ta-da! Moose, no! You were so close.
Located just one block north of the square in Crown Point and just 1 minute from Jerry Ross Park, Station 21 American Grill is one of the city's most popular eateries. Station 21 offers a full menu from steaks and seafood to burgers and wings. While in town for the Cal Ripken World Series, stop in and enjoy comfortable dining while watching a game on one of the 28 big screen TVs. Check out the menu at station21.com. Station 21 American Grill. Eat, drink, and relax.
Welcome to our second media day here on our 3 media day series for volleyball. Here with Westville senior Kirsten Vaughn.
Thanks, I'm excited to be here.
So, Kirsten, how is it going and how is your senior year going?
It's going really well. We've been doing open gyms like 4 days a week, so we've been able to see, some upcoming freshmen, and just we're really starting to gel together as a team. So it's been good.
Absolutely. With all the graduations of the other teams, Westville is now that favored team coming in
Hmm.
to the Border County Conference.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, we're really excited.
so how does that feel?
Yeah, it feels good. We've been excited to get some more competition in, and yeah, we're really excited to be playing the PCC tournament. Really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So, who are you marking down on your calendar this year?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Who are you marking down on your calendar this year?
Hmm. I would say definitely we lost to some teams last year that we didn't. I don't know. We thought it'd be a better outcome. Teams like Whiting. But I think conference wise, I'd say like Morgan, Couts. We're really looking forward to playing them.
Absolutely. So, what are some things that you've kind of noticed from your squad from the summer to now that kind of improved?
Hmm. I would say definitely like we've all like gelled together as a team for sure. With all of our graduations, like all of our 5 seniors that we lost, um, we're kind of playing with like a whole new team this year. So I'd say definitely just like we've all gotten really closer and like we've built a strong bond.
Absolutely. So, what are some keys? Because playing like the bigger schools, like a Michigan City or a Chesterton, in tournaments, to kind of bat that size that you're going to face.
Hmm. Yeah, so we do. Andrea is our big middle, So we like to when she's in front row, we like to set her a lot. But yeah, I would just say as long as our passing's good, we're able to get some good hits. So yeah.
Absolutely. So, what's your favorite position on the volleyball court?
I'd have to say outside. I was, libero my freshman and sophomore year. So then once my junior year hit, I was just really excited to try something new. And so ever since I've just like loved being outside for sure.
Absolutely. So, is it kind of good self care that you are a multi sport athlete with softball and here in volleyball?
Yeah, I would say it definitely helps. Like volleyball, keeping me in shape for the softball season, it all just kind of like ties in together. I would say it just helps.
Okay, start up again, guys. Okay, Thomas, start it up again.
Pre-game.
And no, just go into any kind of
Okay.
keys, what you've seen from other games for both Westville
Okay.
and with Michigan City, and have Dusty kind of go into it as well.
Okay. Michigan City taking on Westville here in Michigan City. Michigan City comes in with a record of 1-0. Westville comes in with a record of 4-1. With Dusty Carrasco, I am Tom Hill, broadcasting this game remotely with Josh Reagan as our producer over in Michigan City. And this is a tale of two different stories last season, to say the least, with Michigan City, last year, a 4-25 record and 1-13 in the Duneland Conference, but they've got off to a hot start with their win a couple of days ago against Morgan Township, defeating them 3-2. And for Westville, 4-1, and winning, they're kind of used to it at this rate, 20-9 last season, 6-1 in the Porter County Conference, and they've been on a roll to start this year, 4-1 record. And of the 5 games they've played, 4 of them have been tournament games, and a 2-0 win against West Central. They won 2-1 against Knox and 2 sets to none on the road against North White. And their most recent game, they won 3 sets to nothing against Oregon Davis. And, Dusty, this team has really just been rolling. So Michigan City with a win as well in their last game. So this should shape up for a good matchup.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a good matchup here today. I mean, 4-1 and 1-0. Both of these teams definitely are familiar with wins already early here to start off the season. I mean, the Blackhawks, they have a lot of weapons there on that team, but also Michigan City. You can't just look down on this team as they have some weapons as well. So I think I think it's going to be a well fought battle here tonight between the two squads there, Tom.
Yeah, you said that correct. Hoping it is what it should shape out to be. And some players to note that we did go over on the pregame show, the Rogers Roofing pregame show here on Reagan Corner Sports Network. And Andrea Benefield, the senior for Westville, and 28 kills this year. That leads the team. Miley Weaver, the junior, her 16 kills are third on the team. And Kirsten Vaughn, who actually sat down with Josh, she has 20 kills as well, which is good for second. And, this is a Westville team that really is aggressive. They're aggressive, offensively. Last year, they had 791 total kills as a team, with the national average just being 685. So that is a discrepancy that they like and something that has really aided them, a season ago. But Michigan City, coming off the win 3-2 on the road against Morgan Township back on Saturday, let's see if they get this momentum going. They haven't played as many games, obviously, as Westville so far early in the season, Dusty, but, they have some players as well that can wreak havoc, so to speak. Junior Abby Herring, last season had 34 serving aces. She led the team in both digs at 187 and kills at 127. And she had 7 kills against Morgan Township, 14 digs for the senior Sarah Suter as well. So this is a matchup that should be close. It should be tight, and we should be in store for a back and forth matchup.
Yeah, I mean, two definitely solid squads here. I think that Kirsten Vaughn, she is definitely going to be the player in the spotlight here for the Blackhawks. I mean, in these 5 games, she's done some real damage, here early in the season. And, she is definitely going to be one key player here for the Blackhawks as they try to, come here into Michigan City and take this victory there, Tom.
Yeah, and she spoke with Josh Regan about how her, switch her first couple of years where she was libero and then moved, to outside hitter. And, that has been a position that she has thrived in. Last season, 88 kills, 15 blocks as well. And as I detailed before, her 20 kills as of right now is second on the team. And this is a team that was, good a season ago, very good. They were 20-9, 6-1 in the Porter County Conference, which is second. And their playoff run last year, they defeated Oregon Davis 3-0 on October 12th and then lost to Marquette Catholic 3-0 on October 14th. But head coach Dale Lake has to be pretty impressed about what he's seen from his squad, over the course of the last season plus. And as we, get into this 2024 season, a 4-1 start and on the road here against Michigan City, Dusty, but looking to make it 5-1. And if you could start 5-1, that just gives you such a leg up.
Yeah, I mean, starting 5-1 there on the season, that would definitely, be huge here for the Blackhawks as they try to keep momentum going. They have started off the season great. Some would say excellent. And I think that if they're able to get this win here tonight, in enemy territory, This is going to be, I would say, one of the staple wins here on the season, as they try to start this 2024 season off a hot 5-1. I mean, that would be really spectacular for this Blackhawks team there, Tom.
Yeah, and once again, we did mention it on the pregame show, but the starters for Westville, Andrea Benefield, Ryan Lipset is the libero, Kirsten Vaughn, Miranda Sparks, Miley Weaver, and Lillian Toth. And for the Michigan City Wolves, Hannah Parker, Ella Rubino, who's the libero, Gaia Hart, Alicia Olmos, Abby Herring, and Ayana Malone. So it should shape up to be a pretty tight-knit contest between these two squads, and the first home matchup of the year here at Michigan City. Their last game, as we've mentioned, on the road against Morgan Township back on Saturday, where they defeated Morgan Township 3-2. As it looks like we're just about underway to get going here in Michigan City. Just tuned in, Tom Hill, Dusty Carrasco here on the call. Josh Reagan, our producer, here on Reagan Corner Sports Network. Westville comes in with a record of 4-1. Michigan City 1-0. Game 5 for Westville. Game 2 for Michigan City.
Westville, here are your Blackhawks. Number 11, Alyssa Pachinski. 8, Bria Zenko. 9, Isabella Hamlin. 20, Natalie Dobos. 4, Lydia Green. And 7, Cameron Petrie. And your starting lineup. As defensive specialist, a senior number 6, Ryan Lipset. A center, a senior number 3, Miranda Sparks. On the outside, a senior number 2, Kirsten Vaughn. In the middle, a senior number 12, Andrea Benefield. On the outside, a sophomore number 1, Lily Toth. And on the outside, number 5, a junior, Miley Weaver. Number 10, Abby Herring will serve for the Wolves.
Okay, Thomas, Dusty, are you guys ready for some volleyball?
That's right.
No doubt, no doubt.
Tell me when I can let it rip.
Okay, let's get started up in here.
Set one getting underway between the Westville Blackhawks and the Michigan City Wolves. We are underway here in Michigan City. And there's a block up and now a reception. Hits it over the net, and the first point will go to Michigan City. So early offense for them. Scored by Kyle Hart.
Yeah, Michigan City already starting off hot there. Able to get the first point of the game.
Herring sends it over. Westville looking to create and now gets it back over into the Michigan City set, and the spike attempt hits the net. So it will be a tie game at 1-1 as Westville gets that point right back. So sometimes it's not about doing. Sometimes it's about letting the other team or forcing them into mistakes as they get that point right back as well. So Michigan City, is able to go back and forth in this affair. It was 1-0 and 1-1, now 2-1 on that point from Herring.
Yeah, Tom, and I think it's going to be a battle of the blockers here today, the defenders. They're on the net as, I think both sides have a pretty good set of defenders. But, yeah, I think it's going to be a really good showdown between these two sides.
Hart puts it over, and Westville's able to retain. Now they have to keep it alive, and they do. This ball's been up for a while. Michigan City looking to attack. Somehow saved by Benefield, and they get the point. What a job by Westville. Punch, counter punch. It's going back and forth now at 2-2 here in set one. So now Westville will send it over. Kirsten Vaughn puts it over the net. Hart looking to attack over two hands, and she does, but Westville able to retain. Now they're on the attacking end. Back and forth, and nice save there by Westville. Hart puts it up. It's been back and forth between these two squads, and Westville's able to answer. It's Benefield again making her presence felt, and Dusty, this has been a back and forth start to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, Benefield is definitely one of those players that can really get this team going as Westville is able to score again, and they stretch that lead out to 2. But yeah, I mean, Benefield, just a really great and outstanding player here for Westville.
We mentioned 791 kills a season ago for Westville, but Michigan City is able to get a point right back and chip away at it now 4-3 here. 791 kills for Westville a season ago. The national average 685. For Michigan City, just a season ago, they had 468. As that serve goes into the Westfield side, and Michigan City is able to tie us up at 4. And in these back and forth contests, Dusty, it goes without saying that it can, just change real abruptly, and the momentum can shift, especially in the game of volleyball that is very quick. So the red flag will go up. And
the black. You talk about momentum there, Tom. And yeah, I mean, I really believe that that volleyball is definitely a game of runs stringing together runs, really. And yeah, I mean, the Blackhawks, in order to try to win this game here today, they're gonna have to get some runs going.
A lot of these serves have been going errand for Westville, and Michigan City able to capitalize as the game is now tied at 5. It's all about, how well you have your setters and how well, you can send the ball over on the other side, as Alicia almost does that right here, but it's handled well by Westville. Spike attempt, it's tipped, and this will be a point for Michigan City. So they take the lead 6-5. It was a laser right to Cameron Beatry, and she was unable to corral it in. So now a 6-5 Wolves lead. Almost to send it over, and she does, but a little bit too much power as we're tied at 6. And Dusty, another one of those serves that's just a bit too strong.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's hard to control your power in those serves, but I mean, that's why you work on it in practice, right? Yeah, you just gotta really kind of perfect those over the season. The season's still early, as Westville does score another point.
Westville able to answer on that one as Lillian Toth put it over her first points, and Westville takes the lead 7-6. And it's been a back and forth affair to say the least here in set 1. Seeing a lot of serving miscues here in the early going, but it's just about which team can stay on the attack. And Westville continues to attack as that lead swarms to 2 at now 8-6. And it appears that the Blackhawks have kind of, given Michigan City some of their points with their serves, but on the offensive end, they have looked pretty sharp here in the early going. Spike attempt hits the net. So another point on the board for Westville, now 9-6.
Yeah, Tom, here early on, it's been a pretty good fight. It's been a close battle between the two. But yeah, Westville has, a couple possessions together, able to take a 3-point lead. But Michigan City, they're not going away.
Kaya Hart to serve it over for the Wolves. She had 15 kills in the last game against Oregon Township. Now a 9-7 game after the Westville serving miscue. Herring looks to put it over, and she does. And a whistle is called, and they're going to give the point to Michigan City. So creeping right back in it now at 9-8. And this back and forth will not go away. One team has looked like they've had the momentum, and then another team has taken it away. And you got to really hang in here and see if you can get the lead back. And that'll hurt Michigan City as Hart's serve hits the net. So now 10-8 here in set 1.
Yeah, and I mean, Michigan City, they're definitely a really good squad here today, and I mean, they're definitely gonna stay in this one, but the Blackhawks, they're starting to mount the pressure there on the Wolves there, Tom.
Yeah, and Kirsten Vaughn put the pressure with that one as well. As we mentioned, 20 kills, second on the team coming into today, and she adds another point on the board for Westville, now 11-8 here in set 1. And that'll help as Michigan City answers now 11-9, finding the soft spot in the defense.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a great, two-handed touch right there. I think catching the Blackhawks off guard, really, and, able to capitalize and get that point.
Somehow Benefield keeps it alive, but Herring's shot is blocked, tipped around. Ketchum gets it over. Somehow Michigan City was able to save that possession for themselves, but Westville able to regroup. And a lot of back and forth and a block, a phenomenal block, and a point on the board for the Wolves. A spectacular play in the top middle portion And it's now 11-10.
Yeah, I mean, just a great block there, by Michigan City, just standing up tall, able to really reject that one.
And Hannah Parker was able to put that one over, and it's now a 1-point game. They can answer with a point, and they do. Michigan City storming back at 1 point down 3. We're now tied at 11 apiece here in set 1.
Yeah, Tom, and Michigan City, they've already been down 3, a couple of times in this first set, but just a relentless bunch. As they said, we are not done. It's just 3 points, and would you look at that? They have taken the lead.
Hannah Parker again. 1.1 kills per set a season ago. She had 10 on Saturday against Morgan Township. She has been a focal point here for the Wolves. Now 12-11, they reclaim the lead. Westville looking to answer. And it looks like they're unable to do so. Or check that they do, so it's 12-12.
Yeah, and that one was just one of those that is going to be really close, because just almost on the line, but they called that one in, so that one's going to be for the Blackhawks.
Bria Zako puts it over. Ketchum somehow trying to keep it alive. And she was unable to do so, so the point will go over to Westville as they now lead it 13-12 here in set 1. And another serving miscue as it hits the net. And we're tied up again at 13. Dusty, we've seen that a lot from this Blackhawks squad.
Yeah, I mean, the Blackhawks, I think they have, a couple of mistakes that they need to clean up here in this game. It's only set number 1, but, these next couple of sets are going to be the ones that matter. So, I think clean it up and they should be fine.
And a violation is called. So the point will be awarded to Michigan City as they take the lead now 14-13. It's on Herring, Abby Herring, to serve it over. 34 serving aces a year ago. Also had 7 kills the other day for the junior. Keeping it alive, and the serve attempt goes off the netting. So we're going to be tied at 14 as Rubino couldn't put it over. And punch, counter punch, we've seen it a lot from these two squads just here in set 1. Ketchum puts it over, and somehow a save attempt, but Westville can't keep it alive. So Michigan City will get the point at 15-14 now.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great effort there for the Blackhawks, trying to keep that one alive, but just not able to do so. Michigan City will, in fact, get that point, I believe. I mean, yeah, definitely. Michigan City able to get the point, but it was just a valiant effort there for the Blackhawks.
In set 1 in their last game against Morgan Township, Michigan City won 25-21, and despite losing set 2 25-11, they stormed back in set 3, winning 25-22, lost set 4 25-21, but then won the decisive set 5 15-5 in a triumphant win, their first game of the season. Bella Ketchum will put it over. Now 15-14 Michigan City. You're just tuned in. Tom Hill, Dusty Carrasco here on the call. Reagan Corners Sports Network. Ketchum puts it over. And the point will go to Westville. So we're tied at 15.
Yeah, Tom, and we said at the beginning of this matchup, it was going to be a really good battle between the two, and this definitely has not upset us here.
Benefield tries to put it over, and she can. It was a tough angle, so Michigan City reclaims the lead, 16-15. Looked like she was kind of stuck her head up and couldn't, really get a good angle to try to hit that over. And despite being 6 feet tall, The Wolves are able to take the lead in what's been a back and forth set one here in this matchup. Westville looking to answer. Somehow Michigan City able to keep it alive right on the front left end. But back into the Westfield side, the spike attempt careens up in the air. Michigan City has to put it over, and they do. But now Westville can create, and they're unable to do so. So 17-15 as that ball couldn't go over the net.
Yeah, that was a great a rally between the two, but Michigan City able to come out on top and able to get the ace.
A phenomenal serve by Hannah Parker. Now the Wolves with a 3-point lead here in this matchup. 18-15, and Dusty, we have really seen a back and forth between these two squads, and it's just about who can close out set one on a bigger run with more momentum, and that allows you to ride into these other sets on a bit of a high, and try to use that momentum to push forward and try to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have definitely went on runs. Here in this first set, the Blackhawks, it felt like they really had the momentum, there in the first half. But Michigan City, they have just been, dominating as of late, in these last reps. And Michigan City, surprisingly, you look up and Michigan City's up 3 there, Tom.
Yeah, you do. It has been a bit of a shock, especially with kind of the way Westville has played, offensively. It seems like they're comfortable getting into their sets and trying to spike it home, and they're able to answer there. Just to chip away at it as Rubino couldn't get over there quite in time. Check that was Malone who couldn't get over there. So now 18-16 is the score. Serving has been a bit of an issue for Westville in this game, at least here in set one. Herring puts it over, and now they're able to score another point is Michigan City, as it's Ella Freever who puts it over. So a 3-point lead now at 19-16.
Yeah, Michigan City, they took the momentum here in the second half of this set, and they look like they do not want to give it back, as keeping this consistent 3-point lead. They're looking to try to close this out, only 6 points away.
Looked like they tried to set up the spike attempt by Freeber, who just had that most recent point, but unable to do so. Now Michigan City is able to get it back into the Westville side. Now they can try to set something up, and the spike attempt is up. And Michigan City will get the point. So again, we've seen this Blackhawk team try to get into it, and they cannot. Now 20-16 here in set one, as that point will be awarded to Westville. Another errant serve. So now a 3-point game at 20-17.
Yeah,
you mentioned Westville 4-1 and Michigan City 1-0.
Yeah, and the Blackhawks finally able to break that momentum. It was looking a little bit scary there for the Blackhawks as the Michigan City went up 4, but Westville able to answer back with 2 points of their own.
Andrea Benefield unable to put that one over the net. We've seen that a couple times from her in this match so far. So now a 4-point Wolf advantage at 21-17. As Kaya Hart will look to serve it over the net, and she does. It's dug out by Westville, and they're able to get a point out of that.
Yeah, I mean,
so 21-18.
The Blackhawks, they do, answer back with a point, but Michigan City answered back with their own. But the Blackhawks, they do close it within 3 there, Tom.
Lillian Tope tries to set it over, and she is able to get it right over the net. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good there, Dusty, as that just got over the net. Now a 2-point game at 21-19. Toth had 13 kills across 11 sets. It's been quiet so far in this game as Michigan City looking to attack. The West was able to retain, and that spike attempt is up. And it's good for Michigan City. As Westville looked to really attack there, but unable to do so.
Yeah, Blackhawks keeping in this one, but Michigan City, they're keeping that distance between them and Westville, just 3 points away, and with that, it's just 2.
Now 2 points away as that went over the restrictive line. And Sarah Suter, the libero, will send it away for Michigan City with a 4-point advantage, 23-19. And looking to answer is Westville, and it looks like they do. As a diving attempt by Kaya Hart, but she was just a bit late, so now 23-20.
Yeah, the Blackhawks able to get a point back here, but one player that's going to have to step up here in the latter half of this set is going to be Andrea Benefield, as that one's going to go to Michigan City.
Hannah Parker using her size to get that into the Westville side and then alter a shot on the other end. And a timeout called by Westville as Dale Lake wants to talk things over. So Dusty, 24-20. Michigan City just a point away from wrapping up a set 1 victory and, just getting a couple steps closer to trying to win this game. And, they defeated Morgan Township 25-21 in set 1, in their game on Saturday. And, what is it going to do for this team if they're able to, up 4 right now, come away with a set 1 victory?
Yeah, Michigan City, definitely a team to reckon with, taking that set 1 win against Washington Township. It's kind of, intriguing to think about, as the Blackhawks, they had, pretty much all the momentum here in the first half of the set, but Michigan City has definitely answered back and in a huge way, and they're just 1 point away from closing this first set out.
24-20, Westville looking to keep this set alive into the Michigan City set. Ketchum puts it over. Now Westville will look to create on their end. That's something that they have been doing well in this set. It's just been serving, which has killed them and handed the Wolves free points. As that spike attempt is up, now Michigan City has to somehow try to save it, and they cannot. So Westville able to creep a little bit closer, now 24-21 here in set 1.
Yeah, the Blackhawks hanging in there, as they're not saying die just yet. Only down 3. The only problem is that Michigan City just needs 1. And there it is.
And they get that 1. So Michigan City able to wrap up a set 1 victory. 25-21. It was a back and forth affair, and Dusty and I were waiting for one team to really pull away, and it ended up being the Wolves here at home as they take set 1 by a score of 25-21. And we'll see if they use that momentum moving forward in set 2 here on Regan Corner Sports Network.
This box is small, like Pet Supplies Plus. This one is large, like a big box store. In each, Stu, hi Stu, has carefully hidden a toy. Question is, which dog will find it first? Ta-da! Moose, no! You were so close!
Located just 1 block north of the square in Crown Point and just 1 minute from Jerry Ross Park, Station 21 American Grill is one of the city's most popular eateries. Station 21 offers a full menu from steaks and seafood to burgers and wings. While in town for the Cal Ripken World Series, stop in and enjoy comfortable dining while watching a game on one of the 28 big screen TVs. Check out the menu at station21.com. Station 21 American Grill. Eat, drink, and relax.
Welcome to the 2024 Cal Ripken 10U World Series, presented by
Back to the action, set 2. Between the Michigan City Wolves and the Westville Blackhawks. If you just tuned in, Tom Hill, Dusty Carrasco here on the call. Josh Regan live from Michigan City producing this here on Regan Corner Sports Network. Michigan City won set 1 by a score of 25-21. And Westville, the Blackhawks, able to answer early here in set 2 and go up 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, that first set was definitely ups and downs for both teams. But in the end, it was going to be Michigan City taking set 1.
And it just was a back and forth affair in set 1. We saw a couple, miscues serving from, a Westville team that had 265 serving aces a year ago. So very uncharacteristic of them, but, you just have to fight through that and can't go backwards in this game. Suter looks to save it, and she does. Michigan City able to get it over. And a block that time by Michigan City. A phenomenal block by Abby Herring. So they're able to get the point.
Yeah, Abby Herring with a huge block there for Michigan City as they've had this momentum there in the second half of the first set, and it looks like they want to keep this momentum going here, Tom.
Yeah, right on cue. Another point there for Michigan City. It's a serving point for Herring as we're now squared away at 2-2 game here in set 2, and that spike attempt is up, no point. So Michigan City is able to take the lead and storm back 3-2. Is something that was very indicative of what we saw back in set 1. As Herring will still serve and set it over. It tips off the net, but able to get it over onto the Westville side. Now that spike attempt is successful. So the Blackhawks are able to counterpunch as we're tied now at 3.
Yeah, and I mean, the Blackhawks, they have definitely been been good at keeping in this game, here in both sets as, they're able to get that one and just like that, they're able to take the lead.
2 in a row now for Westville as the hit from Parker Ketchum tried to save it, but she was unable to do so. So now 4-3. Just tuned in, Tom Hill, Dustin Carrasco here on the call. Reagan Corner Sports Network, Michigan City, their second game in year, home opener against the Westville Blackhawks. Westville 4-1, Michigan City 1-0, and another point is on the board.
Yeah, I mean, the Blackhawks showing huge life here in set number 2 as they're able to get another point. And I mean, this kind of started eerily similar as Michigan City answers back.
Yeah, Hannah Parker with an absolute missile in the top front middle portion of her side. She was second on the team with 10 kills, now 6-4 here in the second set.
Yeah, they're Tom. But yeah, the Blackhawks, this game started eerily similar to set number one. I mean, really, the Blackhawks, really what they have to do is kind of hold on to this momentum and just not give it away, as the set goes on.
Westville able to put it over. Now Westville looking to attack, and they're able to. But Michigan City able to get the point now at 6-5, and Bella Ketchum will serve it over. She had 66 kills a season ago. It's back and forth what both of these teams are accustomed to in this game, and so far throughout their seasons as Parker tries to put it over but cannot. So 6-6 back and forth.
Yeah, just a mental error there by Parker. Not able to get that one over the net. I mean, the Blackhawks, they'll take it though.
Check that 7-5 Westville. My correction, but Michigan City able to answer. Now at 7-6, a phenomenal spike from Hart.
Yeah, and I do think one thing that is a factor here in this matchup here today is, this one is in Michigan City, so Michigan City does have the crowd on their side, and that could have been a factor. They're in set number one, and it might be right here too.
Phenomenal crowd out showing for this game. And Michigan City, right on cue, Dusty able to score there and tie us at 7 here in set 2.
Yeah, and the Wolves
That's what you want to see, especially early in the season.
Yeah, and the Wolves have been, doing a good job of, just finding the holes as that one. I mean, I think it was more of a good ace rather than a miss there on the Blackhawk side.
Yeah, phenomenal ace by Parker, who has been just all over the place for the Wolves here in this game. Coming in with 3 aces, we've seen her as a middle blocker as well now. An 8-7 lead for her Michigan City Wolves. And what's been a back-and-forth affair, to say the least, in both sets, really. Westville needs to answer. They are able to get it onto the Wolves' side. And spike attempt is up, but a nice dig there by Westville looking to save it. So that's put over, and Ketchum tried to get it to somebody, but couldn't. So Westville able to score now 8-8.
Yeah, and with that one, the Blackhawks, they're definitely still in this game, even though, it really feels that Michigan City does have the momentum. But, one thing about the Blackhawks, Benefield is going to need to start heating up.
Right on cue there as Benefield puts it over and scores for the Blackhawks. Dusty, to your point, she has been quiet, relatively quiet in this game, at least to start out. But it's now 9-8 Westville, and make it 9-9 as they're able to tie it on the serve.
Yeah, I mean, just a great ace there for Michigan City. I think able to answer back. I mean, that last point might have been to Michigan City, but not too sure as of right now. This game's tied.
Yeah, Alicia almost with a phenomenal ace there on that last play, but now Westville needs to answer on their end. Going to the Michigan City side, that spike is up, but the ricochet goes up and gives Westville some time to save it, and they do. Boy, phenomenal job trying to dig that out. And now the point is up, and it's through for Michigan City, who's now up 10-8 in this game.
Yeah, that one's going to put them up 11-8 there in Michigan City. I mean, they're kind of doing it again here, Tom, as they were in that first set.
Yeah, check that 11-8, so a 3-point lead, and after winning set 1 a chance to really put their foot on the gas here. And that'll help. Now 12-8, a 4-point game here in set 2. And timeout called by Westville again. And Dusty, we have really seen, Michigan City, a team that only won 4 of their 29 games a season ago, really come out with, a different type of intensity so far here in 2024. They won on Saturday on the road against Morgan Township, and they have really looked very strong here in the first set plus.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan City, I think, that's a real big statement. Not only beating Washington Township, a great school in almost every sport, but to come into their own home and to beat them on their home court is definitely something in its other right, and that's a really big. It's a really big way to start off the season there.
Hannah Parker has been strong. She was strong last year for this Michigan City squad, 52 total blocks, 88 kills. And she has really been strong in this game as Michigan City is able to score again. Now a 5-point lead for the Wolves, who already took care of business in set 1, now doing the same here in set 2.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan City has really opened this one up as, my goodness, another great ace there for the Wolves.
A phenomenal ace from Olmos, who has been stellar setting the ball for the Wolves. Now 14-8. They lead it by 6 here in the second set, and it could come to some as a stunner as Benefield has to track the ball out of the hallway. Coming in, Westfield with a 4-1 record and playing a lot of games, tournament games. 4 of their first 5 games were tournament games. They beat West Central 2-0. Coots, they lost to them 2-0, and beating Knox 2-1, Northern White 2-1, and Oregon Davis 3-0 in a non-tournament game. And this has been a real stunner to say the least. 13-9, Westville could answer. Ketchum able to save it up. Almost gets it over. And a nice dig attempt by Westville looking to set something up. And they're unable to do so as that spike had a bit too much mustard on it. So now 14-9, a 5-point Wolf lead.
Yeah, and Westville, they have kept themselves in this one, but Michigan City, they have just, they've gone on a run here in these last couple of reps, and it's on the back of their aces there, Tom.
It really has been, and back in set 1, it seemed like they took advantage of some of the serving miscues from Westville, but here in set 2, they have really been on the attack, to say the least, and it's allowed them to get out to this big lead. It was a little bit more back and forth in set 1, but they've been the team that's more in control here in set 2, but have to try to save this one and cannot. As that serve from Fulford not strong enough. So now 14-10, Westville looking to creep back into it.
Yeah, the Blackhawks, able to cut it down to 4. It's only a question is if they can, cut it down to 3, and they do.
Yeah, miscommunication from Ketchum and Suter. And a Wolf was not able to touch it after Ketchum put it up. So now a 3-point game at 14-11.
Yeah, back-to-back points here for Westville. And, there's going to be a whistle there.
A whistle called, and another point will go to the Blackhawks. So, after looking kind of dead in the weeds for a little bit here in set 2, Westville able to answer. And now a 2-point game, and they did look strong setting everything up. And another one on the board for the Blackhawks, who have stormed right back and now just down 14-13. And it looks like a timeout is called by Michigan City. So, Dusty, kind of a lot of what we saw back in set 1, where it's a back and forth between these two squads. And, we're seeing that here in set 2, where it looked like, Michigan City had the momentum, and then Westville gains the momentum, and you're just kind of waiting which team is really going to pull it away.
Yeah, and the Blackhawks, they kind of just caught fire. 4 points in a row. Only down one as Westville. They're really trying to pull this set number 2 back. And if they're able to get another point, tie this up, this could get interesting there, Tom.
Yeah, it really can, and especially moving forward about how big this set is for the Blackhawks. They lost set 1. If you just tuned in, Tom Hill, Dusty Carrasco here on the call. Michigan City winners of set 1, 25-21. Looking to do the same here in their home building. Benefield puts it over, but it's saved that time by Olmos. And now a spike attempt by Herring, but Westville able to corral that. So Michigan City has to try to create something with Ketchum, who has it swatted back the other way, and we're tied at 14.
Yeah, that's Benefield again. Coming into this game already with 12 blocks on the season, and that is a huge one there, Tom.
Yeah, and that's just, she's 6 feet tall, and that's such an advantage for the Blackhawks squad. As that serve goes errant, something we saw a little bit in set 1, so Michigan City does get that 3-point right back. And they're up 15-14 here in set 2.
Yeah, the Blackhawks not able to take the lead, but a serving error for the Wolves going to give the Blackhawks that point, and they'll tie it back up again.
Yeah, you can't make those serving miscues. The Suter couldn't put it over the net. So now 15-15, a dig attempt goes errand. So Westville takes the lead 16-15, just putting it in the right location. And, Dusty, as we've watched these first 2 sets and almost the second set almost complete here, it seems like this Westville squad has really been neck and neck with Michigan City. They just haven't been able to really, find the momentum, especially serving the volleyball. But that'll help there as they're able to get another point on the board at now 17-15. So a 2-point lead for the Blackhawks.
Yeah, Tom. The Blackhawks able to take the lead, extend it to 2. They have really flipped the script here in this second set.
And that's what they needed to do, especially losing set 1. It's now 17-16. Parker able to put one over.
Yeah, they're in that first set. It was kind of the Blackhawks with the momentum at first. The Wolves definitely got the momentum in the second half of it, able to take it. And this is just vice versa as the Blackhawks look to hold on to this lead.
Westville was able to check that. Michigan City was able to save it for a second, but Hart put that in no man's land as none of her teammates could try to get it and set the spike up. So another point on the board for Westville at 18-16. So just 7 away from tying this at 1-1 in these 2 sets. But Michigan City looking to storm a comeback here, and that won't help. So a spike able to score another point for Westville, who now leads by 3.
Yeah, and look who it is, Tom. It's Benefield once again able to get another point here for the Blackhawks. When I say storm back, they have stormed back in this one.
And she has really stormed back individually. Benefield had 209 total kills the season ago for this Blackhawks squad, and even starting off quietly, but she has really stormed back in this game. But Michigan City looking to storm back in this set as that point is put over the board to make it now 19-17.
Yeah, Michigan City able to answer back with a point of their own. But the Blackhawks, they really need to hold on to this momentum as another ace there for Michigan City, just wreaking havoc here for the Blackhawks.
Yeah, they have really served well. We've seen almost in that role, but now it's Bella Ketchum who's able to get the point on the board for Michigan City. 19-18, a chance to tie it. And that is put over the net by Hannah Parker. So we're tied at 19 after that point.
Yeah, just like that, Tom. Michigan City, 3 points in a row for them, and they have tied this one up here late.
A little over a kill percent for Parker a season ago, and Michigan City is able to take the lead after that, so storming right back. And another instance of it being back and forth. It's now 20-19 Michigan City with the lead.
Yeah.
And Ketchum will still serve it over.
Yeah, this has been a crazy set here for both squads as Westville answering right back. This one's going to come down to the wire here, Tom.
Yeah, it definitely will. 20-20 as Westville was able to score that point. As we mentioned a season ago, Westville had 791 total kills as a team. The national average, 685. But Michigan City playing them tough. Michigan City able to save it on that end. Now over to the Westville end, looking to create a spike attempt, and they do. And the Blackhawks have taken the lead.
Yeah, Michigan City does have the crowd on their side, but the Blackhawks, they have Benefield and Vaughn on theirs. As looks like that point's going to go to Michigan City.
So 21-20 Wolves. They've won set one, looking to do the same here in set two. Ketchum puts it over, but Westville able to save it. Westville looking to answer. Nice dig and a save by Michigan City, but it sets up a spike attempt for Westville. They're unable to take advantage of it. So now Michigan City able to save it onto the other end. It sets up a spike attempt and a phenomenal block. And the point goes to Michigan City. A phenomenal play by Kaya Hart. It's now 22-20.
Yeah, and you go back to a couple possessions there in that rally, a really long rally at that. And you think of that Michigan City dig there as able to save it, keep it alive, and my goodness, after all that, Michigan City's up to
25-21 was the final in set one, now 22-20. So Michigan City just 3 away from taking a 2-0 sets lead, and that'll help. It's who else? Kaya Hart, back-to-back points for the Wolves. It's now 23-20, and it ensues a Westville timeout. So 23-20, the score in this back-and-forth affair between the Westville Blackhawks and the Michigan City Wolves. And, Dusty, we have really been in store for a treat between these two squads. It's been back and forth, to say the least, but it just seems like Michigan City has the edge, and a lot of that has to do with their aces serving.
Yeah, and this is looking a lot like, I would say, deja vu there, Tom, as Michigan City, able to go back up 3 once again. But, in that first set, I believe it was 24-20, almost a similar score. And, if the Blackhawks don't get something going here in this latter half of the set, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, they are. And, we have really seen that here in this game. As it has just been, one team taking just a little bit more and really controlling the floor. And that usually starts with your serves. And that's what's been happening for the Wolves so far in this contest throughout what's almost been the first 2 sets. Michigan City not looking for Westville to creep back into this, as we've seen it go back and forth between these two squads. Benefield puts it over, but it's too strong. And the point goes to the Wolves, now 24-20, just 1 point away from wrapping up a set 2 win.
Yeah, just a huge, costly mistake here for the Blackhawks. Just a little too much power on that one. And, Michigan City's on set point.
just one away for the Wolves, looking to set up a spike attempt, and they get that point. Abby Herring puts it over. 25-21 was the final in set one. 25-20, the final here in set two. Michigan City with a 2-0 lead over Westville. And Dusty, they have just been the sharper squad so far here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's really been a good battle, but yeah, we'll be right back with Game 3.
Set three underway here in Michigan City. And right on cue, they start just the way they've been starting pretty much everything all night with a point as Abby Herring puts it over 1-0. Just who did Tom Hill, Dusty Carrasco, Josh Regan producing live from Michigan City High School here on Regan Corners Sports Network, where the athletes come first. 2-0 advantage for Michigan City. 2-0 looking to finalize it here, and that'll help Hannah Parker. 2-0 Michigan City.
Yeah, Tom. I mean, the Wolves have. They took the momentum there in the second half of that first set, and they just don't look like they want to give it back.
Yeah, they really have, and has been something that they have, really taken advantage of, and that'll help as we have seen Westville answer on occasion, and that'll be a Michigan City point as that serve was too strong, or spiked was too strong, I should say, and we have seen that, Dusty, a couple of times in this game where it seems like they, the players for Westville are just, whenever it comes to serving or, spiking it over the net, they've been a bit too strong as Benefield just had a conference with the official. But nonetheless, 3-0 Wolves looking to wrap this game up, and that'll sure help. Now 4-0, a 4-0 run to start set 3 for Michigan City, who's already up 2-0.
Yeah, Michigan City has been on fire, as of late, and my goodness, I think the Blackhawks, they really need to dig deep here right now as down already 4-0. They really need to get on the board here.
And we have seen Benefield answer to a certain extent for Westville, but it just has not quite been enough, as it just seems like they've been on the defensive, but finding the soft spot in the zone and scoring is Westville right there. So now 4-1, looking to creep back into it.
Yeah, able to finally get on the board, as that's huge for the Blackhawks because it was looking scary there for a second time.
And Michigan City gets that point right back as Bella Ketchum puts it over. So now 5-1, they're back up by 4, and she'll serve it over. We've seen a lot of serving aces from this Michigan City squad, and not quite right there as Ketchum couldn't put it over the net. So now a 5-2 game. She'll go head off.
Yeah, so Michigan City, keeping that momentum going, but the Blackhawks, they're doing a good job of not really letting this one get away. And as I say that, Michigan City with another point.
Right on cue, the middle blocker, Hannah Parker, puts it over. So now 6-2 is the lead for the Wolves. And another point on the board for Michigan City. And another point serving as it's now 7-2.
Yeah, you talk about the aces as a well-needed timeout here for the Blackhawks. But, yeah, you talk about the aces for Michigan City, and they have really been lighting this Westville team up with every single one of them.
Yeah, timeout called by Dale Lake as he just wants to talk things over because his team is, coming in with a 4-1 record. This has been a bit of a shocker to say the least. 7-2, they trail here in set 3. They're down 2-0 here in this game. And Dusty, Michigan City has just looked like, put it bluntly, the better team and just the more aggressive team, and just they've made the right plays at a better rate.
Yeah, Michigan City, they have definitely put on a show here for their fans here today, as the camera a little offset. But, with this 5-point lead, Michigan City definitely has the momentum.
And Miley Weaver able to put that one on the board for Westville. So now a 7-3 game. Weaver came in with 16 kills, which was third on the Westville squad. And they just have not quite looked as sharp as Michigan City. But looking to creep back into it. It's 7-3 now. And that one's up and that one's through. So now an 8-3 Michigan City lead. It just seems like that, Dusty, when Westville looks to creep back into this, Michigan City always seems to have an answer.
Yeah, and it really looks like that there, Tom, is, Michigan City just, holding on to this momentum and holding on to it tight. as the Blackhawks, 2 points, but I mean Michigan City, I mean they're already looking to take this third and maybe final set.
Yeah, 8-3, they lead it now, and it has just been, a back and forth affair between these two squads. As somehow that's dug out of the ground by Westville. A phenomenal attempt just to save it, but Michigan City looks to try to attack now back on the Westville end. They have to put it over, and they do. Down by 5 right now. Is that serve or spike was too strong, so now an 8-4 game.
Yeah, and I mean, with the star power that the Blackhawks have, they definitely have not looked the part, here in this matchup against Michigan City.
And with Miley Weaver serving for Westville, especially with the way she's able to serve, they don't want to give that up, and that'll help as they creep closer now at 8-5. Weaver 17.7 ace percentage a season ago, 10 serving aces across the first 5 games coming into today, which was good for second, tied with Ryan Lipset for second, as they get another point here to now make it 8-6.
Yeah, so I mean, 8-6 here for Michigan City. The Blackhawks are really going to have to, find some grit within them to, kind of keep this rally going because, the Wolves and their crowd, they pretty much have, all the momentum on their side.
Yeah, and they've had the momentum since really, the first set in this game, and right on cue there, to your point, Dusty, they're able to score another point there to make it now 9-6.
Yeah, and it's always hard to go on the road, especially a hostile environment as such. And, it's really been showing here for this Blackhawks team as, able to string a couple possessions together and get some runs going. But, man, Michigan City has done a real good job today of just managing this ball game.
Yeah, right on cue there as Westville looked to try to set something up to try to create a spike attempt or kill attempt, and just unable to do so. Now 10-6. We've seen them; they've set up pretty well. It has been the serving that has kind of, been a bit troublesome for them in this game.
Yeah, so, Michigan City, able to get another point. And I think, one thing as able to get that dig there, the Blackhawks really going to have to try to find a way to slow down these aces, especially at that point.
Now a 12-6 game lead for Michigan City as Hart sends it over. Just seems like Westville has not really attacked the way we're accustomed to seeing them do so. As that serve was very strong from Ketchum, but somehow it caught Benefield, who looked to try to dig it out, and maybe she should have just let it go, as that one might have went out, but nonetheless we don't know what would have happened. But what did happen was Michigan City scores to the point 13-6. And Dusty, they have really just taken control of this game.
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of this one, I believe it was 6-1. They were up 5. That's a significant lead here in volleyball. But my goodness, the Wolves going up 7. It's kind of looking a little grim here for the Blackhawks there, Tom.
Yeah, it sure has. And, this has been kind of a shock, as a lot of what Michigan City's been able to do has been, the kills, but also their serving aces. Last year, 167 serving aces. The national average was 207, so they were well below the mean, but they've been very productive in that department here tonight. And that's really been an aid to them in this game, but they have played spectacular as Hart sends it over. 7-point lead for the Wolves. Westville able to answer there as it's now 13-7.
Yeah, so Westville able to get another point, kind of stopping the bleeding. But, if I feel like, if they don't get a point here, the damage has been done as still a 6-point lead, and that's going to go right back up to 7.
Yes, Sparks put one on the board for Westville, but Abby Herring has an answer on the other end for Michigan City, who's now up by 7 at 14-7. And this has just been, about which team can really break away and find the momentum and take control. And that's what we have seen in this game. We saw it in the first two sets, 25-21. Michigan City won set 1, and then 25-20, they won set 2. So they can make it 3-0. It's something that would definitely shock this Westville squad.
Yeah, it looks like that's I believe another point there for Michigan City, and it will be. But one thing to look at here is that it has not been a blowout here in this matchup. For the Blackhawks, they have been in both sets, barely losing by 4 and by 5. It was very close games, but I mean it kind of feels like the Blackhawks are a little defeated this time.
Benefield tries to set it up to somebody, but is unable to do so as it hits the net, and now a 9-point lead for Michigan City, now at 16-7. As Suter will put it over.
Yeah, and one player for the Blackhawks that could potentially bring this one back as another point there for Michigan City. But, another player would be Miranda Sparks. I mean, she already with 14 aces coming into this game, the senior, if she's able to get up the service line, she could potentially, go on a run herself and bring this back. But my goodness, Tom, 10 points. Michigan City up big.
Yeah, they really are up big. And, with the way this game has progressed, they're just trying to salt this one away. Up 10 here in set 3 and already with a 2-0 advantage. As that one goes errand and Michigan City gets another point on the board. It's now 18-7. They lead it by 11 here in set 3.
Yeah, and I mean, the Blackhawks definitely fought well here today, especially in the first two sets. But, Michigan City, with the momentum with their crowd, they have done a good job of just keeping the lead and just stretching it out. As I say that, the Blackhawks, maybe with some sort of life, able to get a point.
Yeah, Parker put too much strength on that spike attempt, and it was too strong, so the point goes to Westville now 18-8. Michigan City will play New Prairie on the road after this, and then Portage, Valparaiso, and Maryville. Where Westville will go on the road against Whiting, then East Chicago Central, DeMont Christian, and back home against Knox. Now 18-9 the score in favor of the Wolves. Looking to salt this one away. That one's up and that one's through. Abby Herring. She has been everything for this Michigan City squad. Another one on the board for them.
Yeah, Abby Herring. My goodness, that was a great spike there. Able to get that one just over the net, extend this lead back up to 10, but back up to 10. But has another point there for Michigan City, and they're up 11 now, Tom. Just 5 points away from closing this out.
Yeah, whenever Westville tries to create something, Michigan City is able to put an end to their kill attempts or spike attempts. Back into the Michigan City side, looking to set something up for somebody. And somehow it's saved by Westville, but that shot is too strong. Now 21-9.
Yeah, I mean, the Blackhawks not giving up just yet, but Michigan City just continuing to apply the pressure, and that's yet another ace there for Michigan City, Tom.
Yeah, serving ace by Herring, who has been phenomenal all game. She had 34 aces a season ago. Also had 7 kills in the last game against Morgan Township. Has had a ton of kills here today. 22-9, the lead here in set 3. As the foot has been on the gas pedal for this Wolves squad. As Ketchum puts it over, Westville able to save it and set it over. Now popped up into the air by Hart. And that spike attempt is up by Parker, but unable to score. But now another chance at it. Didn't have an angle. Parker did still put it over. 22-9. The Wolves just 3 away from wrapping it up and make it just 2 away. As it's Herring again, 23-9.
Yeah, Tom, and Michigan City just 2 points away. This is looking about done here, as the Wolves have had a beautiful performance today, and that just says it all. The whole story here today has been the aces, and my goodness, there's another.
Yeah, another serving ace by Herring. Now 24-9, a just complete 180 from the first 2 sets, where these two squads were neck and neck. As Westville able to just stay alive, so they do still have some life. Now at 24-10, and this is a Westville squad that came in 4-1, but they have just been punched in the mouth, so to speak.
Yeah, and
we're going to keep this game alive. And they're unable to do so as Michigan City wins set 3, 25-10. They win 3 sets to nothing. A dominant performance here at home. Their home opener is victorious. They move to 2-0 on their young season. Westville falls to 4-2. And Dusty, it was just an absolute onslaught for this Wolves squad. 3 sets to nothing. Westville was unable to get a win in any of these sets, and the first 2 were close at 25-21 and 25-20. But here in set 3, Michigan City just put their foot on the gas and won 25-10, and really, truly just an all-around 100% team win.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan City, they just had a really good effort here today. I mean, in the first 2 sets, they definitely fell behind the beginning of those sets, but just kind of, found another notch, found another gear, and were able to take both sets 1 and 2. But here in this 3rd set, they really showed that they're that team that can really beat any team here, in their conference.
Yeah, and even though Michigan City had a record of 4-25 a season ago, it is abundantly clear, at least in the early game, that this feels like a different team. We saw a lot of it, was the strong serving, the aces from this Michigan City squad. Alicia Olmos, Abby Herring, and then obviously on the kill end, Hannah Parker was just phenomenal for this Michigan City squad. We saw Bella Ketchum as well doing it, both serving as well as, kills. And this is just an all-around big-time team win for Kevin Sparks, head coach for Michigan City. And, Dusty, you have to feel really confident with this team. It's still early in the season, 2-0, but with a win here today against a team as good as Westville, you got to feel like you're on top.
Yeah, I mean, conference or non-conference, I believe that Michigan City, they're here to play, and they really showed that here today that they can compete with anybody that they face this season. But on the other side of things, we go to the Blackhawks, and a very valiant effort here for Westville, as a hot start to the season, 4-1. But just not able to get this one here today. Dropping to 4-2. But looking ahead to their schedule, facing Whiting in tomorrow's matchup, that's going to be a really good game. As the Blackhawks still a really good team. Despite what happened here today, and that matchup there tomorrow, is what I would believe to be as a banger.
Absolutely, guys. As
Yeah,
we
it should be. And
wrap things up here, who gets the awards? The Crown Royal Superhero of the Game and the Roger Roofing Blue Collar Player of the Game.
Oh, go ahead, Tom.
ooh, I would say I'd probably have to give it to Abby Herring for Michigan City.
Yeah, I mean, Abby Herring, she did some really good things here today for the Wolves. Especially some of those spikes, spectacular spikes. I would definitely, I would maybe give her both. She was a really good player here today.
Absolutely. So
I would agree with that.
that will wrap things up as me and Tom tomorrow with Dusty Carrasco being the sideline remote reporter for tomorrow's game with Chesterton and Penn. So sign off here as a good